What's good, everybody? Back once again, and got some type of news ahead of for the draft today. Is the fact that Chris Paul got flipped for Poole. Now, uh, one, I feel like until that deadline, Chris Paul is gonna keep getting flipped at this point. It seems like everybody's gonna be trying to use him to get off books. I don't think that he's going to stay on Golden State. It just seems like it seems like everybody's just using him to get off bad contracts at this point. I don't I like yes he would fit on Golden State. I think he'll be fine on Golden State, but I just feel like for his tag of like 30 mil. Now I'm like, if you can trade him or cut him, which I feel like until we get towards the end, nobody's going to cut him. But that's freeing up cap space. Or I'm like, if you're able to flip him and say maybe you get two pieces that maybe not like, you know, like, like it's like, oh, they just seem like regular pieces on one team, but on the Golden State, that's two pieces added for depth that helps them out a lot more in a way that's like compared to Poole's one big contract for one player that's erratic. You get two sturdy players like say just like for instance like he went and they traded him to the Magic and got like Gary Harris and Jonathan Isaac. Now I was like or maybe Markel Fultz and Isaac or something like that to make the money work. Either way, those are two people that Orlando signed that they probably want to get off their money, but to somebody like Golden State, Fultz gives you sort of what Poole was. It's not the shooting, but you could get the scoring from Fultz or something like that. And then Isaac is another dude that you could play at the four, be sort of a small ball dude. Orlando, before he tore his knees up, they were going to try to have him and be center sometime, which probably maybe not so much now that there's actually a few bigs in the league, but he works in those lineups of small ball and other stuff. So I'm saying he will fit with somebody to go State, but I'm saying that Orlando would do this, but that's just an example. I was like, yeah, but I'm like, you already got Wiggins, you already got Clay. I'm pretty sure they're going to sign Draymond back. This is probably what helps it too. I was like, no, this is to me just like more of a money thing than like Chris Paul actually sticking with the Warriors and doing something like that. I was like, this, to me, it's not the. I don't think this is the team that he needs to be on. I think he needs to. If it was Golden State of old, where Clay was himself perfectly and stuff like that, and you had like the Wiggins that was in the finals and. Then that'd be different because I'm like, there's so much of a better supporting cap at this moment. You really just got Steph. And I was like, I even put Wiggins because Wiggins can score like get you like 20 points and play D and stuff like that. But after that, there's really nobody else. And Golden State needs. I know you don't really think of, but they need depth, and they're not bad like Phoenix in that mode, but they're not really that far away when you really think about DiVincenzo free and all this other stuff. But. Now, for Chris Paul, he's just going to get moved. Golden State just need to get off that contract. But for the Wizards, I mean, I don't think this is bad for the Wizards. I think pulling the trigger on somebody that is young, he already is signed up, so you ain't got to worry about paying the big deal. He already got his money. And in a couple years, if you don't like it, he'll be a good trade asset at some point because he'll still even be young. But it's like you're rebuilding, so you're just trying to get young players, and either you get young players, you're getting people that you can try to flip. So Poole is somebody that's young, him and Tyus Jones likely going to be in the backcourt, and Washington, and you at least got somebody that's got a little bit of a name, even though he's not a big name, but he's a name. We know his scoring is there, but. Now we'll get this. Now it sort of gets everybody sort of like like Poole thinks he could be the guy. Go ahead now, you got the chance because there ain't really nobody else on this team that's gonna stop you. Two, you don't have to acquiesce to like Steph the man and he gonna shoot the ball, but you ain't gotta worry about Draymond putting you in a certain situation. You ain't gotta worry about Clay and his touches. You ain't got to worry about that. You can just go out there and just be the scoring dude that you want to and have the time of your life of trying to figure out how well this could be. And for the Wizards, I'm like, Poole is not a big enough name to draw in people, but he's a big enough name for people to still keep an eye out on him with the Wizard. Not the Wizard, but him on the Wizard. Because if he does really well, guess what? Wizard, now you got a piece. If he does good enough, then you at least know, cool, I might be able to flip him. If he doesn't do any good, then you do got a lot of money on the books. But yeah, no, this is to me just a young asset to have. You know what it makes me think? It made me think of when Kemba went to Boston, and you didn't really want him just to go there outright without getting something. So Hornets took back Terry Rozier, a young guy that showed promise in the playoffs, or like Poole did, that you sort of have to have something to save face, to look like you're getting something for the player that you're flipping. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, what are you doing here? Like, I know you want to rebuild and restart, but you ain't even trying to have nothing. So I feel like it's in that mode. Like, it's also something to save face. But I was like, I think it's shocking if they don't use Paul for something else. Like, it's not shocking that they traded Poole. And it'd be shocking if they end up trading Poole for Paul and then they don't flip Paul for something. Then that would be weird. But for right now, everything sort of makes sense. And if they get something back, then it works. And then we'll have like obviously an update or something. But anyway, that's just it. Just rehashing trade. I feel like they're gonna be more in the future. So hey, that's good for everybody, all right? NBA offseason, here we are. Anyway, you liked any of this content or anything I'm saying? Thanks, I appreciate it. If not, hey, maybe next time. But till then, peace. I'm out.